Hi there, you're watching STL TV. I'm Angella Sharpe, and I'm very excited to be joined now by Pam Toder, President of Women of Achievement. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me today.
Now, I know this started back in like 1955.
The Globe Democrat started it in 1955 to honor women in the community who did volunteer work, and it's been continuing ever since, so it's its 68th birthday this year.
I absolutely love that. Now, let's kind of talk about that, because obviously in 1955, you know, representing and honoring women was a big deal back then, because we weren't treated necessarily the best back in 1955. Why is it still important today?
Well, because women rock the world.
Of course they do.
But they did actually change it to do a 501c, so it would always stay consistent. We would always have Women of Achievement. It was started because there was an honoree for Men of the Year, and one of our past Women of Achievement decided, well, the women need it too. They're out there doing a lot of work, and particularly when they had so much to do at home at those times.
Yeah.
And so it's grown and grown, and every year we pick 10 outstanding women from the community who they're not compensated, it's all volunteer work. Most of these women do work on the side, so they have to balance volunteering and their job and maybe children or a partner. It's a lot, and the fact that they could keep it up, and these women even keeping it up during COVID, their volunteerism is really, really heartwarming. It
is awesome. Now, when you honor these 10 women that you've picked for the year, you have like a big affair. You do a whole big thing for them. What do you guys do?
Well, we have bugles when they walk in, and trumpets and bugles, and it's so exciting. It's a day that these women never expected, because these women are the most humble, wonderful women. They don't expect any recognition. They're out there because they see a need and they want to fill it. So I think they're all kind of shocked when they walk in. They sit up in front, and all their friends and family and the people that they've worked for. We do scholarships for people that they've helped and bring them to the luncheon. And we show a video that people can see online if they don't come to our luncheon. And the video is so impressive, and it's the woman they have a spokesperson who talks about them. And they don't get to see the video before the event, so they're really, you get chills. You just do.
Yeah, it's a great way to honor those women who are doing it out of the goodness of their heart and not for the award itself, which makes it better.
Most of these women hadn't even heard of the award, truthfully. It used to be people had heard more about it. The women, we are digging deep into the communities and into regions where people really weren't even aware. When I call and tell them about what this is and what they've received, and they want to know who nominated me. Most of them don't even know they were nominated.
Oh, wow.
And they want to know who did this, who said this about me, and we get over 100 nominations to pare it down to get it down to 10, and we have committees, and we have community volunteers who are on our selection committees too. It's a long process, and these women, I hope you meet them. Actually, I brought you an invitation.
Oh my goodness, well, thank you.
Be a guest at our luncheon. We would love to have you.
I would love to come, so that's so nice of you. That's wonderful.
And you can meet the women, and you will know why we're all so proud of them. And we call ourselves a sisterhood, and I couldn't be prouder to have them as my sisters.
I can tell that you're kind of even getting chills talking about the work they're doing.
And I have all these papers about things about them that I printed up in black and white.
Let's go ahead and talk about that. So there's a giant photo of the whole class that is going to be inducted in 2023. And so let's just go through some of those women.
Okay, well, I'll tell you a little bit about each one.
Okay.
Is that good?
Perfect, let's do it.
Okay, Katherine Glynn Anderson is getting her award for impactful leadership.
Okay.
She has volunteered by assisting people throughout Missouri to obtain birth certificates and state IDs, which allows them to get medical service, voting rights, housing, and employment. It also, once they have an address and have housing, that means that they're allowed to have employment. And which people don't always think of the full circle of how much that means.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
They have an address, you know, to have a job.
You have to, right.
So Velma Bailey, she's the founder and CEO of the St. Louis Torchbearers. Her grassroots nonprofit has helped 500 children build models for lifelong success through partnerships with 50 organizations. Velma has also launched an after-school program to teach children valuable swimming skills, and she received a grant with the Division of the Recreation Department in St. Louis.
Nice, okay.
Beth Boggs, her designation is Feeding Our Community. She's the managing and founding partner of the largest female-owned law firm in Missouri. She's the founder and executive director of Step It Up, which she started in 2005 following the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. The primary focus of Step It Up was to provide shoes and clothing to children in need. When COVID came and the loss of school lunches, the charity pivoted, and now they're feeding the community with weekly food distributions. With help of local bar associations and many others, they have spent millions of dollars in food and distributed it throughout their community.
Yeah. I know Beth personally, so
you do?
She's a really nice lady, yes.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's hard to pin her down. She is so busy,
right.
busy.
Absolutely.
She's amazing.
She's a very nice lady. And I know you have a couple more, so let's get through the rest
I'll go fast.
of them. Yeah.
Rolanda Finch, designation, Caring and Compassion. She's the founder of It's Your Birthday, which ensures children in shelters have a birthday memory. She provides a sense of normalcy and helps children feel acknowledged and special. She has successfully provided over 1,800 children with a birthday memory in 22 shelters for abused children in the area. It sounds like a simple thing, but it's
not.
very,
yeah, it means
it's very
a lot.
important. Judith Garfinkel, Arts and Education, a longtime volunteer in the arts education sector of the St. Louis. For 60 years, she has been a docent at the St. Louis Art Museum. She's 92 years old.
Wow.
And she has gone every week for 60 years, many days a week, as a docent. She loves working with the children the most. Linda Hunter, Humanitarian Concerns. Linda has been an active member of St. Louis nonprofit community for the past 17 years. She serves on the boards of the St. Louis Zoo, the Magic House, Variety, the Children's Charity, and Pink Ribbon Good, which is a cancer support organization that she was instrumental in bringing to the St. Louis region. Erin Kramer, Spirit of Giving. Erin Kramer is the executive director and founder of a local nonprofit called Gwendolyn Gifts, which has a mission to provide emotional support and financial support to families with children on palliative and hospice care in St. Louis. Gwendolyn's Gifts has been able to touch over 950 families. Erin's passion for giving back to the community comes from her very own personal experience of being a mother to a child with a terminal illness. Erin's oldest daughter, Gwendolyn, was the inspiration and driving force behind Gwendolyn's Gifts. Kristina Lay, she's a refugee from Asia. She learned English and became bilingual. She began interpretation career at a very early age. She established her role as a linguistic and cultural liaison by assisting the Vietnamese American community. Kristina is now the president of the St. Louis Vietnamese community, serving her second term. Christine Pennell is passionate about child advocacy and supporting individuals and families living with HIV and AIDS. For the past 25 years, she has worked with Doorways, serving on the board and spearheading many of their fundraising activities and helping get affordable housing for those affected with HIV/AIDS. Gabriela Ramirez Arellano, Social Enterprise. Last but not least,
right.
Gabriela is originally from Mexico, and since returning to St. Louis, she has centered her volunteering efforts in small business support, economic development, and language access. Gabriela helps small business owners achieve their dreams through work at Cortex and with her own podcast. Her work at the Balsa Foundation promotes social equity and prosperity.
My goodness, I mean, and I know you're just barely touching on how remarkable these women are. So I feel like we need to let everybody know how they can get tickets, how they can come to this luncheon and kind of learn more about these women.
You can get tickets online at woastl.org. You can call our office, Women of Achievement. You can find that on Google. Mm-hmm. You can...
I know you have a Facebook page.
We have a Facebook page. We have a
YouTube
YouTube page. I will leave some information here with you all. Sure. These are the most amazing women you'll ever meet. They deserve this. They are gems in our community, and we're very blessed that they do all this for all of us, and I would love everyone to get to see them and meet them. But we will also have it online on our site afterwards if you can't make it.
I love that I can feel your vibe on how proud of these women you are, just talking about them. And I know, you know, unfortunately, TV time constraints, that's how this works. You just had to briefly touch on them. So you'll have that whole video up after the luncheon is over for people who can't attend.
Yes.
But if they can, they need to go check your website out.
Right. I think we need a series. I think you and I need to do a series on these women.
We probably should do a series on these women. It sounds very impressive. Tell them one more time what your website is.
WOASTL.org. Women of Achievement.
Definitely check out the Women of Achievement and that luncheon on Tuesday, May 9th. Thank you, Pam, so much for being here with me today.
Thank you for having me.
Now, after you check out Women of Achievement, make sure you follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, and at stltv.net. Keep your eye here on STL TV and experience St. Louis.